Hi there, I'm just wanting to do a talk. I tried to do one earlier on. I did do one earlier and I tried to put it to Facebook, but they didn't allow it. Twitter allowed it. I think I put it on Instagram, but Facebook didn't want it. It gave some excuse that that I was using music and it's not my own. The music that I use sometimes in the background is from Apple. Anyone can get it. It's free of copyright. Just background music that's on a package that I basically use, and I use a couple of different film kind of packages, and so anyone can use it, but they just use this excuse. It's all to do with the global awakening. This is why, like in this picture, they're rushing this smart AI 5G grid out there as quickly as possible. It's a panic because of the awakening, and they're hoping that this AI can basically keep people asleep and in the mind prison, and even more so than before, because the last thing the system wants is people awakening. That's a no-go nightmare situation for the system, and it like I say, it doesn't want that. But the way everything is going, in my view, is it's heading in that direction, because people are realizing that through this global awakening, people have had spiritual awakenings, and we're passing it on and saying, well, what the system's offering is a thing. When you're chasing everything, you're left not feeling great. But this awakening path, this ascension path, develops you, heals you, and into a state of infinite abundance, where you attract infinite abundance. So people are more, they want abundance in their life. Everyone wants abundance. So what the system's offering isn't in the same league. And that's, the system is doing all this stuff because they're very, very vulnerable, very delicate. When someone does something like this, it's a reflection of their weaknesses. The more someone is trying, the more they're vulnerable. The more someone's trying to be forceful, it's a reflection of how weak they are. It's like you could have a bodybuilder. It's kind of like that. They're trying to impose a threat or an image that's forceful, but it's because they feel weak. And that's kind of like how the system is. And like today I'm on Facebook, that's why it didn't want to upload my stuff. And I've heard this many times from other people that are a lot more known than me on the internet. And they say that they don't want awakened information. The video I done on Facebook earlier was about love, was about togetherness, was about the global awakening, which is positive things, but Facebook doesn't want that, you see. Facebook wants people to be asleep. It wants people from going from one relationship to another, being very depressed, very unhappy, because Facebook and all the big internet giants are all connected to the system. Everything comes from the top. Everything comes from the top, and we are meant to repeat it. Woman is a label, man is a label. It's just labels. Everything's just made up by people who are no more smarter than you, and that came from Steve Jobs. That was something he said. And that's the way it is. Everything is just made up. They just make it up. And when something happens, say for instance, like the Bible, that happens because it's called a self-fulfilling prophecy, where you want something to be true, so you'll go and make it true. A lot of things can be explained psychologically, because everything manifests from our subconscious, not the conscious mind. A lot of people get shocked because they say, oh, I didn't consciously believe this, but it's the subconscious that manifested it. But that's not to say that psychologists are perfect, because a lot of them are the biggest narcissists going. A lot of them talk about narcissists and that they bring you down and try to make out like they're perfect. Well, that's what psychologists do. Not them all, but a lot of them. I've watched a lot of them on YouTube, and they are funny when you see them. You know, they're saying all this stuff that narcissists will bring you down, but that's what they're doing. They're bringing the narcissist down. So the first step in healing is to pay attention to what you're doing, be aware of what you're doing. You know, this is what I was trying to get across, I think, earlier in my video. They got banned from Facebook. You know, when I wasn't using, like I say, anything illegal or any music that's illegal, and they know that because everything's connected. You know, Apple, Facebook, it's all one. You know, so Facebook knows that. It just used that as an excuse, because, like I say, these internet giants, the internet is not to benefit us. It was originally used and thought of to be against us. The whole idea is to connect everyone, so the brainwash people brainwash other people, but the global awakening has spoiled the party, and that's the problem. Because everything goes up to this cloud, this internet cloud, this wide internet smart grid, but because the global awakening is spoiling the plans, the AI picks up our information, but it's going to be picking up awakened information also. So that's the problem for the system's got, and that's why, in my opinion, it's the global awakening is the end for the system. The system will change into a more awakened kind of system, you could say. There's even a political party in Croatia that bases its beliefs on David Icke. So that's the way everything's going. It's going in a more awakened spiritual road. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much. Thank you.